Hello everybody, welcome back to Fixed Street. My name is Akash, and today we're going to be discussing Bitcoin and what's happening with it. Right, there's a lot to break down. It's been a while since I last recorded my video, so I'm really excited. But before we get into any details, please make sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel and make sure to click on the bell icon so you don't miss out on any updates. You can give us a follow on Twitter at FXS Crypto, and if you enjoy the content that I put out, make sure to give me a follow as well at Mangyako with a 0 at the end. Okay, without further ado, let's get into Bitcoin. On let's start with a high time frame analysis, and like as an overview, you can see this is the 1 week chart. The price came very close to retesting the 1 week 200 moving average, which also coincides with the MRI indicator, which is basically a momentum reversal indicator, as you can see here. So this indicator, the red dots that you see here are basically resistance levels, and the green dots are the support levels. And the blue line is basically called as the risk line or a breakout line. Once we, so how it works is the support and resistance levels are pretty much the same. The risk line is basically break above this level, and then we're going to target the next resistance level and the one beyond that, right? But if we break this, break below the breakout line or risk trend line, it means that there's going to be a volatile move to the downside. That's basically what it means. So coming back to the topic, the 1 week time frame, there hasn't really been a signal from the MRI, at least in the past few weeks, at least since the first week of November, right? This rally was well interesting, kind of came to an end. Let's see what count we're at right now. I think we must have restarted a count here. Yep, reset the count here again on 1. Depending on how this weekly candlestick closes in another 4 days, we can either continue this trend or we could start a fresh count. So on a 1 week time frame, there is clearly an FVG here extending from 26.8K to 29.2K. Other than that, we have a resistance level coinciding with the 200-week moving average, which is another important hurdle. So basically, if you do ignore this FVG, right, and the price manages to flip 25K, I think that's a signal that the price is preparing for its next run up to 30K, right? And beyond that, we could even go up to 32K, 38K, as discussed in one of my videos. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. What you have to focus right now is the first and the most important resistance level, which is 25K, which 25K basically is the psychological level, but the actual resistance level is around 25.2K. Right. On top of that, you can see that the RSI has clearly, conquered the 50, the midpoint, and is now trying to form some sort of a base here, consolidate, gather momentum for the next leg up, potentially into the overbought region. Right, as you can see here, the last time price was comfortably above the RSI was roughly 441 days ago. That was basically a year ago. So now that the RSI has kind of flipped back into the above the 50 region, I think this is a good sign that the rally that we've seen so far is meaningful, right? It's not going to go to waste. Let's check out the last time this happened, right? There's a lot of trouble here. Price finally flipped above the 50. And you can see what happened after it did. It stayed above that for a year, and you can see what happened here, right? Let's take this example, right? Price was in a bear market. We're currently in a bear market. It struggled quite a few times to get above 50, but failed to do that. But once it finally got above this, the 50 line was basically on April 1, April Fool's rally. It pushed Bitcoin up by 168%, right? That was an amazing rally, I remember. But apart from that, if something similar were to happen, right? I mean, if you look at this particular run-up that we've seen here so far, a lot of consolidation followed by a big and massive weekly green candlestick. That's exactly what's happened here so far. If 50 level holds, I think we're looking at a move that could potentially push Bitcoin all the way up to 30K, and the next level is 42K, which is represented by this resistance level. So this is what's happening on a weekly time frame. Let's get into the 3-day time frame. Right, the 3-day time frame is also interesting because you can see that the price formed a a sell signal here on a 3-day time frame. The MRI indicator basically formed a sell signal. I did see the sell signal a few days ago, but I didn't pull the trigger, basically because there wasn't any additional confirmations that this is where it's going to top off, right? On top of that, we also had the 25K level where Bitcoin price could, it could reach. I kind of have like back here. I think when Bitcoin price was around 23K, I expected it to go down from here. But although it did initially look like it was going down, but it finally kind of, picked up steam and then hit 25K here on this particular candle and then retraced, right? So this thing is basically given me trauma, and I didn't want to repeat the same mistake that I did over here again. So I waited for my time. I waited for additional confirmation before I shorted Bitcoin, and I'm still in that short position, right? What you have here is a breaker on a 3-day time frame. This breaker extends from 20K to 21.5K roughly. So what is a breaker? Basically, you have a lower low and a demand zone, a supply zone that is found between these lower lows, right? Once the price breaks above that, and it's basically a shift in trend, a shift in narrative. So basically when it retests here, you can expect a nice little run up, right? So far, it looks like it did get a retest here on the 12th Feb candle. I think it was the CPI, right? It was yesterday. That's when we kind of wicked down. It was a good little move into the breaker. If the breaker is valid, you can expect a replenishment of the bullish momentum that will propel Bitcoin up to 25K. That's where I'm expecting it to go first. And then on the 3-day time frame, you have this risk trend line or a breakout line, which is kind of shifted down from 26.6K to 25.4K, which was also a resistance level on a weekly time frame, as you can see here. So all in all, 25K to 26K seems like a pretty intense level. Break above that, flip it into support floor, then the next target on a 3-day time frame, as you can see here, is 30.7K, right? So basically what we have right now, a quick summary is on a weekly, price is looking bullish, provided we overcome the 25K to 26K level. Do that, 30K seems like an easy target. That's pretty much it, right? The 1-day time frame, which is by far the most interesting one. You can see the trigger that I wanted, apart from that sell signal that I saw here on a 1-day time frame, was received on this particular bearish divergence that I saw here. And I basically wanted to short Bitcoin on this particular candle, but the trauma that I explained just now, I didn't short it. What I did was basically waited for the price to form a base here, and 23K was a pretty good support level. It was acting as a pretty good support level, so I didn't want to kind of fade it. So waited for the price to break down, and I think I shorted Bitcoin on this particular candle with a tight stop loss around here. I think I might have, hold up, I think it's in here. Okay, there we go. This is basically what I shorted Bitcoin. Right, my target was basically all the way down to this H4 thing, but then I kind of booked a lot of profits around this level, and I'm still hoping it will run down after getting into this FEG. But yeah, that's another video. For now, on a daily time frame, I'm expecting the price to retest this bearish OB and drop down again. Right, I'm gonna compound my position around this level here at 22.6K. And put a tight stop loss above this bearish OB. If things are going to go according to my plan, then I'm expecting a breakdown of the 200-day EMA and a push down to the 200-day SMA, which is 19.6K. So basically, this is my plan, right? I want to short Bitcoin down here. I'm expecting a rejection come in at 23K again. But if we flip 23K, basically 23K, flip 23K, and I'm cutting all my short positions, and I'm gonna sit on the sidelines and wait for a bullish confirmation to long, right? So to sum the Bitcoin analysis video, what I'm gonna do is, on a higher time frame, I am bullish. On a daily time frame, anything lower than that, I am bearish. I'm expecting the price to go down to 19K, but again, the bullish confirmation will arrive if we manage to flip 25K The bearish confirmation will arrive if we get rejected at 22.6K, and an additional confirmation that this is in fact a top formation and that we're going to go down lower will come if we break down the 200-day EMA at 21.4K. So that is pretty much it. That's my take on Bitcoin. If you enjoy this analysis, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, if you guys enjoy the analysis that I do, please make sure to go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter at Mangeko with the 0 at the end.